Toy Story, the franchise that taught us two things as a kid: that toys could be alive and that your stuffed animals had better social lives than you. Woody, Buzz, Jessie, and the gang became household icons, giving us laughs, adventures,
To infinity and beyond!
and a surprisingly heavy dose of nostalgia. But here's the kicker. What if everything you loved about these movies was hiding something dark, something downright unsettling and disturbing? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the creepy, disturbing, and occasionally horrifying underbelly of Pixar's beloved franchise. Let's start with a question that's haunted fans for years. Where the heck is Andy's dad? Every Toy Story movie is centered on Andy, but his father is conspicuously absent. Pixar says he's just not relevant, which is corporate speak for "we don't want to ruin your precious childhood, but also maybe we don't want you asking too many questions." But here's where it gets weird. Former Pixar consultant Mike Mozart floated a rumor that Andy's dad died of polio. Pixar officially denied it, but the seed was planted. Suddenly, you're watching this cheerful animated world and realizing these kids are growing up without a dad, and Andy's toys are living through that shadow with him.
So play nice.
Add a touch of darkness, a sprinkle of existential dread, and suddenly this isn't just a movie. It's a metaphor for loss, abandonment, and childhood trauma wrapped in colorful animation. We all knew toys in Toy Story are sentient, but think about the implications for a second. These toys have thoughts, feelings, and a horrifying awareness that one day their owner might outgrow them, or worse, throw them away. Imagine the terror of Woody and the gang in Toy Story 3 facing the incinerator. The conveyor belt rolls along, flames licking closer, and the toys clutch each other's hands. They aren't just cartoon characters, they're beings confronting the absolute finality of death. If the incinerator was just the opening act of your subconscious trauma, Sunnyside Daycare is where things really get disturbing. On paper, it's a cheerful preschool with lots of toys. But once Woody and the gang arrive, it's basically a prison run by a pink, strawberry-scented dictator named Lotso. The younger kids at Sunnyside, innocent as they seem, are terrorizing the toys, forcing them into harsh routines and creating a hierarchy of suffering. Lotso's iron-fisted rule is eerily reminiscent of oppressive regimes. The toys can't escape, they're trapped, and while we laugh at the antics of a tyrannical bear, the underlying horror is undeniable. You thought preschool was cute?
Nope.
It's horrifying when the inmates are sentient toys and the warden is a plush teddy with anger management issues. Then there's the attic. Buzz suggests hiding there, a classic safe haven trope. But think about it. The attic is simultaneously a sanctuary and a tomb. Toys trapped by fate hiding from horrors they can't fight. Pixar made us see the fear in inanimate objects and made us root for them as if their lives truly mattered. Of course, there's a tiny sliver of hope in all this darkness: the aliens from Pizza Planet. These little blue guys swoop in at the last second to save the toys from certain death. Your childhood heroes don't save themselves. They rely on outsiders to survive. That's not just storytelling. That's a life lesson disguised as a 10-minute rescue scene with little green men and a claw. And yes, it's horrifying when you realize even your toys can't fully control their fate. Beyond all the overtly dark metaphors, Toy Story is packed with commentary. The toys' loyalty to Andy mirrors our attachment to the past and the constant fear of being outgrown. Pixar's story isn't just about friendship. They're reminding us that everything we love is not permanent, and that the passage of time is brutal. You thought Toy Story was about toys having fun? No, it's about the cruel, inevitable march of time and the quiet terror of being discarded when you're no longer useful. That's heavy stuff, and Pixar managed to sneak it into what looks like a children's movie. This isn't an isolated case. Pixar has a habit of embedding complex, often dark themes into their ostensibly family-friendly films. Up tackles grief and loss. Inside Out explores depression and angst. Toy Story 3, it's about death, abandonment, and the fragility of existence. And somehow, they make us laugh, cry, and emotionally invest in stuffed animals along the way. It's genius, but also scary if you think about the mental gymnastics your brain is performing to handle watching a cartoon. Let's not sugarcoat it. Watching Toy Story can leave a lasting psychological impact. It makes kids and adults grapple with mortality, loss, and helplessness. The toys aren't just characters, they're mirrors for our own fears. Pixar forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about life, death, and growing up, all while selling plush toys in a gift shop. So yes, your childhood may feel a little ruined, but it's also richer and more emotionally complex than you realized. Despite all this darkness, Toy Story remains one of the most beloved franchises in cinematic history. Its enduring appeal lies in its ability to balance humor, heart, and heavy themes. The deeper you dig, the darker the story gets, but also the more meaningful it becomes. The toys' adventures reminds us of the pain of being left behind, but the need to survive. So the next time you pop in Toy Story, remember, there's more going on beneath the surface than you realized. The franchise is full of dark origins, hidden metaphors, and eerie commentary on life and death and passage of time. Your childhood might never look the same again, but maybe that's the point. After all, a little darkness makes the light shine brighter, and makes rewatching Toy Story a whole new, creepier, and infinitely more fascinating experience.